Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and to the apostle of the millstone, and enough respect to the brothers out there pushing and spreading the gospel of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, to the four corners of the world. Now, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, I wanted to do a lesson, on one particular topic, which is the United States currency. It's going to be a short video, and Lord willing, I hope this be edifying. But I'm going to begin by playing this video here.
I'm on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange today, and I asked the traders their thoughts on the BRICS countries coming together to create one centralized currency to replace the US dollar as the world reserve currency, and they literally laughed at me. About 90% of the foreign exchange transactions involve the US dollar. It absolutely dominates. Yeah, but Taylor, the BRICS countries are going to back their currency with gold. Good luck backing your currency with gold that the US owns 2 times as much as all of the BRICS countries combined. And yeah, Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping, they're going to be able to make unanimous economic decisions. Okay, even if this was a legit thought, it isn't. The world reserve currency doesn't change overnight. The US passed the UK as the largest economy in the world in 1916, and the US dollar didn't become the world reserve currency until 1944. And it took a world war to change it. Let's put this one to bed.
Yeah. So, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 10, beginning with verse 1. Why standeth thou afar off, O Yahweh? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? Because, what this devil here thinks, right? You got to understand, when we call these people the devil, this is why we do it. They don't believe in the Most High. They say they believe in the Most High, right? They call themselves the righteous. They say everything they do is righteous, but it really isn't. They've created a system called the petrodollar, and it's just a mockery of which makes a mockery of the entire world, right? It's given them the ability to bully people, right? To invade lands, to oppress, or at least to help, oppressors oppress even more people for the exchange of money. And when we talk about their downfall, when you show them the evidence of them on a slippery slope, they come up with stupid ass responses like this, right? With a devil face. And when you tell them that America is going down, they ain't trying to listen, because what this devil here is trying to do, right, especially Amalek, which really these Zionists are atheists, okay? They don't believe in God, but they believe God gave them the world, or at the very least, no, I was going to say the land, but they don't just want the land, they want the entire world. And so this is their mindset. They're trying to look for a future after America. This system that they created with the petrodollar, they're trying to create a new system with what? The MOTB. Because what they found out was that, like you said, good luck backing your currency with gold. They found out that when the system was agreed upon by the delegates of many nations to make US dollar the dominant currency, at least in terms of oil, they after a while Nixon told them, the US currency would still be used, but they weren't gonna back it with gold. That was their, it was at that moment when they saw that the world could operate, right, simply on the trust that people have in the US dollar. Now they're trying to implement the MOTB for the same reason. It's not going to be gold or anything like that, but once they get that MOTB in place, right, the radio frequency identity chip, the market of beast, if they get that in place and set up a new world, then they're really gonna be good. Then none of this skirmish, is gonna be out there. They own complete control of the world. But when you tell them, or especially if you go out on the highways and the byways, and you are preaching of the downfall of America, no one has more pride than these devils. They believe they are powerful than the Lord. If they believe the Lord exists at all, right? And that is why the book of I wanted to go into the book of Psalms, the 10th chapter, because this devil's pride is out of control. It's out of control. So it's like, it's almost like why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? These men's got to go down. They're killing people. They claim that they're doing what's right. You got the freaking what's her name? I forgot her name, but she over here talking like she's praying on Easter, and then when you ask him questions about, them dropping bombs on children, they ain't trying to answer the question. They don't even want to acknowledge. When it's time for them to address wickedness, even example of the Epstein files, they're hiding the wicked doers, and then they're exposing, right, the victims who are already fragile, and it's like, yo. So it says the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor, right? Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And the devices they've imagined is the New World Order, where the MOTB replaces the fiat currency, which is a money backed by nothing, where they can just type in numbers away and control everybody's life however they see fit with as little effort as possible. And that's what they want to do. But because they are wicked, and they are, as the book of Psalms, the 2nd chapter says, that he's like hell and cannot be satisfied. If the Lord does not interrupt his plans, once he gets that control of the currency, he won't be satisfied. He will go for more things. He will go for more blood. He will go for more control. He will seek misery. He sure don't want people to be happy. He wants people to be miserable. It's like the elder Ricard from the landing GMS London camp. He said it. He's a hater. He hates you when you're poor. Hates you when you're rich. If you're dumb, he's gonna hate you. You better not be smart around him. So it's like there's nothing pleases this devil other than wickedness. All right? And the specific, devices that they have imagined is that New World Order, where they have the MOTB. Because, see, this is all planned, right? This whole conflict that we're seeing here, it seems as though they are making stupid-ass decisions, starting wars, right? And breaking alliances because they want to crash the economy. They want to do it. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. And that's what this man is doing. He's blessing the covetous. Right? Here it is, of all the wickedness that America has done, he comes out here and he's saying America's not going to fall. He's laughing. Right?
Place the US dollar as the world reserve currency, and they literally laughed at me. About 90% of the foreign exchange transactions involve the US dollar.
He's opposed to anything holy, right? Got the suit on, from the way he dressed, from the way he looks, the shaving, his thought process.
It absolutely dominates. Yeah, but Taylor, the BRICS countries are going to back their currency with...
And you know what the word absolute means? It means it's forever. Nothing can overtop it. And that's why the scripture says, the way he says, I will sit as a God and cannot, right? He says, I will be like the Most High. He wants to replace the Lord. He ain't even trying to acknowledge the Most High. A true righteous man understands that the true absolute power belongs to the Habashina. It don't give a damn how strong you think your economy is, how big your country is, how big your military is, how fucking smart you are. You are never absolute. A man is not absolute. A man is wretched, a worm.
Gold. Good luck backing your currency with gold that the U.S. owns 2 times as much as all of the BRICS countries combined.
Right.
And
the scriptures even says that, I'm not saying right to him. I'm just saying the scriptures talks about riches profit not in the day of judgment, in the day of calamity. And that's all they do. Money is their God. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. How many times has he ruled the world? He could have established righteousness. But no, and when he wants gold, he sends his what's it called, diplomats, right? He sends his representatives to go over there and make wicked deals so that they can have a grasp of the entire world. And if anyone happens to have an independent thought, if anyone is neutral, if anyone does anything that America does not like, then they come in and they destroy your ass. They put sanctions on you. They drop bombs on you. But it ain't just them too. It's just all the heathens. This world is just, it's ridiculous. It's filthy, man. It's meant to be destroyed. But when you hear them talk, it's, oh no, it's fine the way it is. Why? Because they are at the pinnacle of this wicked system. And they like it that way.
Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping, they're going to be able to make unanimous economic decisions. Okay. Even if this was a legit thought, it isn't. The world reserve currency doesn't change overnight. The US passed the UK as the largest economy in the world in 1916, and the US dollar didn't become the world reserve currency until 1944. And it took a world war to change it. Let's put this one to bed.
Yeah.
Was dollar bait.
Because the scripture says, there is going to be the third woe cometh quickly. So, everything he thinks ain't going to happen, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's the perfect storm. All right. The wicked, so they bless the covetous. All right. This wicked system, that's the one they desire that over the kingdom of heaven. Verse 4, it says the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, would not seek after God. Right? God is not at all in his thoughts. He don't mention the Most High once. He truly believes that through the power of Esau's intellect and dollar bills, they are going to keep the world, America, forever. Right? The Most High is not at all in his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Right? Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. Yeah, this man is so fucking clueless. But, you have, it's like him. He's so clueless, but you actually have people believing him, thinking he's wise because he wears a fucking tie and a collar. And you have a lot of dumb people out there who, from the look of a person alone, they are easily swayed. They are so quick and trusting with the devil. They want to be deceived. Thy judgments are far up above out of his sight, because to this enterprise that they have taken upon themselves, this new world order, it's the dumbest shit ever. The wisest decision for them was to just take as much money as they have made and just live right life to its fullest in righteousness, right? And just leave the world alone, because very soon, especially, especially when the scripture talks about, the eighth, right? Because America is the eighth that comes out of the seven. which is what's it called? Britain. And Britain was is part of the horns of the dragon. Right? It's part of the head, the seven heads of the dragon. So his ways are, as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. There it is. He saith in his heart, I shall not be moved. I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. That whole New York stock and is just fraud. But do you know who they consider frauds? They ever say Jake is fraud. Jake is the reason the world it is the way it is today. Yo, the wickedness of Jake is nowhere near the wickedness of Esau. These Edomites kill millions. These Edomites, they defraud people to the amount of billions, trillions even. They lie, and their lives cost lives. It causes misery. They lie on the Lord. They lie on the righteous. I mean, that's all they do. Their mouth is full of it. But you have Jakes out there, when they see a fucking Edomite with a suit and tie on, with a shaved face, tell him anything, then they want to believe it. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privy set against the poor. He ain't gonna come on television and tell you he's wicked. But and so the poor, those who are, those who are victims of his wickedness, has to actually come out here and tell you of his wickedness. If they find a dictator doing something, they will put him all over CNN and blast him and, call him wicked and corrupt. But they don't put their corrupt men, on television. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He saith in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Right? But it says, Arise, O Yahweh, O God, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked contemn God? He hath saith in his heart, Thou wilt not require it. But thou hast seen it, right? For thou beholdest mischief and spite, to requite it in thine hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee, thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break down the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. Yes. This is why it's our job to come out here, because David is a prophet. A righteous man. Is it a Psalm of David? Yeah, I suppose so. Yep, Psalm of David. I don't know if this is a continuation of it, but yeah. We're supposed to be letting the people know who Esau Edom is. We're supposed to be telling the Lord, yo, man, Shalak Rayam, man. Send judgment on Esau. Man, it's so wicked. Sometimes, when you think, you can't even think of anything else other than Esau's wickedness. But then they always want to parade around like this righteous being who is capable of judgment and so on and so forth. But we need vengeance, all right? The Lord Yahweh is king forever and ever. This is the true absolution. This is the true absolute dominance. Not your fucking dollars, man. Not the fucking MOTB. The heathens are perished out of his land. The Lord Yahweh hath heard the desire of the humble. Thou would prepare their heart, thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. All right, so this is the book of Psalms, the 10th chapter. Lord willing, I hope this was edifying. Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Nashah, Brakatham, Toi, Akim, Senakwos. That are listening in truth and sincerity. May the blessing of blessing be upon our house. And until next time, Shalom.